Alrighty, what is going on? Welcome back to the Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour. This is actually episode number 12. I can't count. So,
Which is great for someone in finance.
yes, yeah. Look, the computer does all the counting for me. We discussed that this morning, and we realized that there's actually 12 episodes. Not, we thought this was going to be 11.
Yeah, I went through all the previous beers. I was making a list so we don't repeat anything, or
Yeah.
just to kind of keep a catalog of what we've done. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. And then I realized you can't do math.
Yeah. Yikes. Anyway, I was doing good up until 9. 9 tripped
Yeah,
me
you
up.
really doubled up.
Yeah, I doubled up to 9.
And that doesn't count the one that you screwed up the audio on.
Yeah, that I didn't record the audio on.
So
That was a
this is
tough
actually
scene. That
episode
was
13. Lucky 13.
It was an alien that did that. It wasn't me.
AI.
I had nothing to do with the audio being messed up.
All right, let's get into this. So welcome back to the most recent episode of Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour. I'm Rory Farrell. I'm a loan officer at Marathon Mortgage.
Yep, and I'm Mike Witzak. I'm also a loan officer at Marathon Mortgage.
And this is a beer by Vossen Brewing Company, another one from Richmond I picked up a couple weeks ago when I was down there visiting my brother. This one is called Richmond is for Lagers. Obviously a lager, it's dry hopped, which basically means towards the end of the brewing process, they're adding a bunch of typically fruitier hops to give it like a nice aroma. And it's a rice lager. We've done a rice lager in the past as well.
Yes, we have.
Where part of the content of what is like, it's not just barley, it's not just wheat. There's rice in there, and it kind of like dries it out and really makes it nice and crisp and easy drinking. And what I'm realizing right now is I like picking lagers or pale ales or things that are more sessionable because we tend to be drinking these earlier in the day.
Yeah,
At work. This one's 7.7, so
that's all
on the
good.
high end for a lager, and really for even on an IPA that's kind of on the high end of that scale as well. So
Well, at least we're not drinking 2 of them.
Let's get into it.
That's all that matters. Very Nordic vibes coming off of this can.
Yeah,
I like it. I do appreciate it. It's giving me Viking vibes.
all right, and this one's gonna be super light, super dry, drinkable. Even at the 7.7%, it's gonna be really easy to drink, and it's gonna have a nice aroma to it. It should, at least as far as the dry hopping. Come on, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. So you can taste that it's on the higher end, alcohol wise.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's palatable, it's balanced, but you can tell it's not a
bad
typical
beer.
light lager.
Yeah, it's not like I feel like lagers, you can only drink so many of them before you're like full or you can't really drink anymore, but this is pretty light.
Nice. Thoughts?
Oh, very nice.
This is more down kind of your lane as far as lagers, light beers.
Would buy a 4-pack.
All right.
I would. There you go. That's
2 for 13.
that's my I guess thumbs up or thumbs down on the beer matter. Would I buy a 4-pack of it or not?
There you go.
Yeah, I probably would.
Cool. All right. Industry stuff, and then we'll get into wins, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, cool. So I think the biggest thing we wanted to touch on was when the LLPAs were having their changes that everybody kind of threw their arms up in the air. Freaking out about. The media was covering it and saying, people with lower credit scores are getting better rates. When that all happened, we knew about it, in February, and it came out in mid-April.
Yeah, so we've been preparing for it for months.
Yeah.
Really building that into the new pricing structure of all the new loans that we were locking.
Yeah, for sure. We were doing that since February. So another thing that came out in February was that, and nobody has kind of heard of this, but people with 40% or higher debt-to-income ratio were also going to get a pricing adjustment.
Correct.
So what that means is if you had over a 40% debt-to-income ratio, so your debts divided by your income was over 40%, you would get another adjusting factor, meaning so the people that were, kind of pushing their limit of buying a home, we're going to get hit pricing wise. Sure. We're going to have a little bit of a higher rate. And I know you did a decent amount of research on this, so go ahead, please.
Yeah, and there wasn't even that much research to do, but it was in the talks kind of around the same time as those other LLPAs.
Yep.
Had a lot of pushback, so they ended up pushing that new deadline back from March till August, and then recently, I think 5 days ago, they completely rescinded it. They heard a lot from the real estate industry. They took a lot of feedback from obviously the mortgage industry, and just ultimately decided that it wasn't something that was going to be beneficial, which is great for borrowers. So hopefully that kind of loosens things up a little bit. And there's definitely no surefire thing that we're hearing out there in the industry, but just having them get feedback from the people who are boots on the ground, the realtors and the mortgage brokers, mortgage industry. Luckily, they're taking that feedback and maybe even looking at the LLPAs that they previously put into effect a couple of weeks ago. So definitely no guarantee of that, but
no guarantee, but they're listening. So that's a huge plus to see that at least.
And in their press release, they specifically said, "We are listening. We are hearing what you're saying. This is why we're drawing this back now." So maybe, who knows?
Yeah,
maybe they'll
see.
Bring those other LLPs back a little bit, or at least revisit them.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, and to touch on the debt to income piece a little bit, I mean, we could do a whole episode on debt to income and what that all means. But basically, that's where we take all of your debts, your payment on your new house, payment on your current house if you have one, credit cards, and we don't look at the credit card balance really. I mean, we look at it to maybe if you want to pay it off to help out your credit, but that would be the only time we'd really look at that. We look at your minimum monthly payment on your credit card, car payments, student loans, things like that. They all get taken into effect. You add them all up, and then you divide that by your monthly income. So if you're making $10,000 a month and all of your debts added up together are $5,000, your debt to income ratio is 50%. So that's typically where you want to be under if you're looking for a conventional loan.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, the lower the better. Obviously, it gets you a little bit more qualification juice, but it's, for a conventional loan, upwards of 50%, for FHA, upwards of 55%. VA can even go higher than that. There's other compensating factors. What's your credit? What's your, how long have you been in your job? Things like that. But so that all kind of goes into how we qualify someone.
Yeah.
But specifically, debt to income looks at how much money comes in versus how much money goes out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to touch base on that real quick. I like the qualification juice saying though. That's funny. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, man. Of course.
On the fly.
What was your win this week? Any juice win this week?
I got a little juice moving. Now I got a couple things going on that I'm happy with, but the one thing that I'll touch on is that we just had a pretty tough.
Pretty tough.
The people in the office know.
It's a tough
steam's coming out of my head every day. But a pretty tough situation where a client was having a hard time getting some verifications of employment from her employer. We've been banging our head against the wall for weeks now. It was literally the final piece that we needed to get this person to the settlement table, and that came through this morning. And just kind of a collective sigh of relief for me, Tom, the owner, Kathy, your underwriter, and just you guys, because I'm sure you're sick of hearing me vent about it. So.
No, we're not sick at all. I just think it's been a crazy one. I think that's a huge win that we were able to get that done. Also, too, I just want to mention I got a DM from a realtor as we're sitting here doing that, and he's like, "I'm playing ketchup right now," but he spelled ketchup as you would spell like ketchup you eat, and I was like, I don't know if that's how you spell. I mean, my vocabulary is not the greatest, but
maybe voice to text.
I don't know. Yeah, possibly. So, yeah, that's a great win though for the week. I just wanted to bring that up on the podcast. I feel like that was a good piece to add.
We're live here, guys.
We are live.
Things are happening in the moment.
What was I going to say for my win this week? I don't know. I think my win would be I've been pretty consistent on following up with realtors and really like staying on top of being out there, setting up lunches, trying to get people to sit down. I mean, last week I probably reached out to 50 realtors in the past 12 days, I'd say. So if you give me a full range, it's probably more than that. But just really kind of been pounding the pavement. So I guess pat myself in the back for that and say that's my win.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to do that kind of that cold calling. I mean, realtors, especially new realtors, know how that is. It's in the beginning you're just pounding the pavement, going into real estate offices as a mortgage broker, calling realtors, DMing them, showing up at open houses. That's something that you do a lot. Just to kind of get your name out there and get to know people face to face and, start building that trust or that relationship.
Yeah. DMing them and then them saying catch up. That's pretty funny. So, I mean, cheers to us. It's been a
long week and it's only, it's not even Friday afternoon yet.
Yeah, technically it's not Friday afternoon yet. So
looking forward to the weekend. So, as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, topics that you are interested in, we try and do something that's kind of topical and timely from the time that we're releasing this, but, it doesn't always work that way.
No, but I mean, if you guys want us to talk about anything, really, just leave a comment down below. We'd love to.
Yeah. And we're working on a second podcast.
We are. I didn't know if we were going to bring this up. We're going to advertise this right now?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
We're gonna second podcast. We're gonna bring on realtors, appraisers, title company, inspectors, things like that, where we're just kind of like talking to them about how they got into the industry and what they like about it.
Yeah, well, how they got successful, how they got started, where they came from. Like their backgrounds. Some people, that do real estate were something totally different 3 years ago, and now they're selling $100 million.
Real estate industry, all
sales really in general, I know. But yeah, we're starting that. We're actually working on the construction of the the new background right now.
Studio.
But if you think you have somebody who is in our field, does something similar to our field, maybe they own a lot of property and they're an investor, I don't know. But if you have somebody you think would be very interesting to have on or speak with, let us know in the comments or reach out to us personally, and we'd love to look into them and see if that's somebody we would have on the show.
Yeah.
So
looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys.
And if any of you know Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd love to have him on the show too. I don't know why I'm thinking of him, but yeah, just have him reach out to us.
You're gonna have to cut that. That's weird.
No, it's not. It's not weird. What if somebody's watching this right now and they know Arnold Schwarzenegger and they go, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna hit him up."
Then I would love to have him in.
Yeah. See, there you go. Exactly.
Invite him down to Erdenheim, Pennsylvania.
We're right next to the CVS on Bethlehem Pike.
Are you familiar with the Flowertown Farmers Market?
Yeah. We're 2 blocks down.
All right, guys. Well, happy Friday. Have
Happy
a great
Friday.
weekend. Get out there, try some new breweries,
Yeah.
and buy some houses.
There you go. Amen. See you
Cheers.
guys.